see how loud this is gonna be. Hello, welcome. I am here, outside of home, as you can see. This has been a little bit of a nightmare to set up, but I'm having a whole lot of fun down here, in place. And we're filming, we're doing some big projects, and I'm having a whole lot of fun, but we still have Black Butler to cover. And not a whole lot of time to cover it, so we're just gonna jump right into it.
Her Majesty requested that I deliver this to you.
Oh, we're having an issue.
The Queen's personal horsekeeper, John Brown. Ah, Mr. Brown. You must have had quite a long and arduous journey. Did you come this whole way on horseback?
Of course not. These roads are awful. My poor horse would suffer so, wouldn't you? Good horse.
Good horse.
Indeed, my mistake. And you look well, untouched by the curse. I am glad to see it.
Cheers for the concern. Now, where is the Earl?
I'm terribly sorry. My master is ill and can't be disturbed just now. In his absence, you're welcome to leave the letter in my hands.
What?
Oh, whoa.
Look, I was told to deliver it along with the message. Read this at once, dear. Well, needs must.
Are you allowed to make... Is that treason? Doing a silly voice of the Queen? I think it should be if it isn't.
Would you kindly read it instead and confirm the contents?
A simple butler.
The matter is urgent.
In that case, I'll take the liberty.
It is illegal to read his mail. I feel like it's still, no matter who it is. If it's addressed to CL, in which case we just caught Sebastian and he's about to be arrested. This was all just a giant ploy.
This is...
Right. I've done as Her Majesty asked. I'll be off now.
Take care. Watch out for werewolves on your way back.
I will. And you look after his lordship.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Time. We can no longer afford to take the gentle approach.
I actually pulled this up in the car to listen to the song. It's not a bad opening. If you were to write down what Black Butler is on paper, the genres, fits great. But what it actually is, it's a little different. I think that was the conclusion I came up to with the people I was writing with. I got in a lot of trouble for having like more than 5 seconds in the last episode. Despairing. Not a very good witch. I don't see any Eye of Newt.
My lady. Pardon me, but it's time for dinner.
Yeah, all right, son. Bitte, Wolf. Can't I come tomorrow? I'll just see them on surveillance in return.
Nothing's changed. The forest is dangerous.
But
Do not ask it of me. I beg you. If you came to harm out there, the villagers...
I know all that! I know what's at stake. But still... Even if it's just once, let me see the outside world with my own eyes. Books aren't enough. I want to actually experience something for myself.
I will grant you most any request, but this I cannot do.
Weird. We about to find out why, I'm sure. I don't know. There's something about the fact that it seems like Wolf is very controlled by the Whammons he was talking to last episode. But he's torn. He's a good boy. Good boy.
It was a mistake to allow the outsiders to stay. I'll bring you dinner in your room. My lady, are you hurt?
No, get away from me!
I'm all right.
ask so much. But I'm sorry, truly. If you can, forgive me.
Hush now. Don't cry. I'm the one who's sorry. I won't go anywhere, I promise. I'll complete the ultimate spell as I should and protect you. Everything will work out fine, you'll see.
It just seems, I don't know, like the emotional beats of the season just aren't hitting. I don't know. Just like, no, she wants to go out, but actually also like, it's just, unless she's cleverly come up with a way to escape, and that was her faking it. But other than that scenario, it's a little weird. Not hitting.
Someone is at the door. There's no need to worry. I'll be right back. Sebastian, I mean... you...
Finney, I'll need a few minutes alone with the young master.
But I don't think...
There's something important I must speak to him about.
Get away! I don't want you here!
Interesting. We all knew this was going to happen at some point. But it had to happen at some point. Tanaka said no, but Sebastian says yes. This is very run and gun. I do apologize. Slightly.
I believe I asked you to give us some privacy. Please do so.
No! You heard him! He's not ready to talk to you yet! Wait! Hold on! Let go, Sebastian! Stop! Your grip is too tight! You're really hurting me!
I was about ready to see this. He's gonna kick his power into overdrive, but Sebastian's like, nope, nope.
You've been an excellent nursemaid for our young master, but you are no longer needed.
Bro, peeved. Ooh, exciting.
I lost my strength against his, and I wasn't holding anything back. So how?
Yeah. The evil lighting on my face. He waited all night. You know, not that I put enough thought into this, but exposure therapy needed to happen.
You have received a letter from the Queen. Also, I'm told that tomorrow we shall be driven from the village. You've duties to attend to, and that cannot be done whilst swaddled in blankets. Present matters supersede the fears and regrets of the past. Now,
Tough love, sometimes important, even though this isn't really love.
it's time that you came out of that bed.
No, I can't.
I see. So you plan to desert your role as guard dog. Very well.
I'm so excited that I don't even want to press play because I want to savor the moment of like what's going on.
Shedding that title would likely be a relief and spare you some painful tasks. You'd be free to hide yourself away, perhaps remain in that bed forever. I imagine your servants would be happy to look after you.
My young lord, are you going to end the contract? Is this your exit clause? I've completed every task that you've wanted.
However, abandoning the vengeance you once swore is a breach of our contract. A pity that our story should have such a prosaic ending. And to think of those poor souls who have lost their lives for someone so hopelessly dull. Well, I suppose that's of no interest to you.
This is so exciting, but I have to remember to pause every once in a while so YouTube doesn't get angry, so I can add this in here. If I can't add this in here, if I can't add this part, go to Patreon. It is behind tier 3, but you can always join and then quit whenever you want. Those behind the first tier, as
there soon won't be any you left at all. This isn't the meal I've been hoping for. Oh well, it will save the hunger for a while at least.
Is Sebastian kind of like obviously he has a contract to do this, but is it like he's passing time? Like he's just doing this kind of for fun? Because I know season 2 is not super canon, if at all, but there's the whole point about the soul just not being tasty. And the fact that he'd be so willing to do it, to eat it now. Now, I think that he's trying to get the CL that we all know and love back through force, but him settling for this is a little weird from what we know of Sebastian.
So, this is it. I'm dying. Without getting my vengeance. Forsaken even by demons.
Woe is him. We're back here. Weird shaking, I didn't export properly.
Have you decided? Will you stay here forever after all?
So some of the comments, a comment was telling me that this is supposed to be CL's older brother versus CL, which I always thought that it was CL where he is and CL where he wants to be. I always thought that was really more what was going on here, which kind of paints them in a weirder picture.
Poor pitiable fool.
Where apparently CL at 13 or 12, I think he actually would have been 12. Actually, he would have been the older brother, but they're twins, so it doesn't matter. 12 would have already been maniacal, and the other one would have been, oh.
No one asked you to go out and seek vengeance.
I know they didn't.
Then why choose this path, using the power you acquired by sacrificing me? What could you have wanted so badly to be worth that price?
I wanted to.
You got something more than vengeance? What?
You wanted me to forgive you, is that it?
No, it's not.
You wanted to say goodbye to the weak boy you were?
Nor that.
You wanted everything to belong to you, right, Smile?
I didn't.
We know the answer. You wanted to avenge our deaths, didn't you, dear?
You're wrong!
Then why?
Then what do you want?
Why place so much upon the sacrificial altar? Why stake your immortal soul to make a pact with a creature most foul?
That's it. I remember why I made a pact with the demon. The reason I grasped for the power to stand against the world.
I wanted to say the N-word without any repercussion.
For me, I'm not virtuous enough to lay down my life for another. Nor am I tolerant enough to accept being scorned without consequence. I am a hopelessly self-centered and self-righteous person.
He did it so that he could survive? Is that what we're finding out? It was just like, save me, and only me.
That is why I did it for me!
I gotta let the scene play. Sorry guys, you guys just gotta go to Patreon if you want to see the full thing.
Unhand me this instant! That's an order!
Hold on.
Unhand me this instant! That's an order! Blast! Never has there been a more unpleasant wake-up call than that.
Hold on. Screenshot time.
That was a rotten way to treat your master, Sebastian. Apologize.
Forgive me. Your rest had become ever so obstinate. I fear I must admit I was at my wit's end. Let us begin the day, my lord. Shall we?
Thoughts on a scene that just happened. Was it really cool? Yes. Was it a bit underwhelming in terms of the story? Very much so. I'm sorry, I get that, like, if you like this, it was very cool, it was well shot, he broke out of it, that was cool, I'm happy for that, but his revelation was, I didn't do it for revenge, or for family, I did it for me, so I could live, so that I could get revenge for my family, but not really. It just didn't hit. This is going to be such a hot take. I get that. I know everyone in here is going to, I get that it's such a hot take. But it did not hit. Was it really cool? Yes, I will give that to you. Was the fact that CL actually did it for himself kind of cool? Yeah, that is in character, I think. But this was our revelation to find out why he really made the pact with Sebastian. Why Sebastian actually, like he said earlier in this season, that very rarely do demons ever actually make pacts with humans, and CL was a special case, and that was save me. You're telling me nobody has ever wanted to make a contract to save themselves? Maybe I missed something. Maybe there was something just that I completely missed, or maybe there's more to it at the end. But what was revealed was the whole reason why Sebastian decided to do this was because CL wanted to free himself, and he was thinking only of himself. And that Sebastian thought it was very amusing that it was so self-centered. And I feel like we've met plenty of people in the show who would do the same thing for just as self-centered reasons. It was so cool to watch. It was a very amazing, blow my mind, absolutely awesome climax to the show. Like the actual climax to basically the show. Basically, so far. Not really. There's the climax of later on, where I would assume at the very end of this, of Black Butler, the very end of everything. But yeah, it just very great with the music and the visuals, emotionally and character-wise. Didn't really hit the way that I at all, the way that I thought it was going to. Not in a good way. Anyway, he's back.
Tell me, you were genuinely trying to devour me just now, weren't you?
No, my lord, of course not. I was just trying to get you out of your state.
Perish the thought. I was only mostly genuine.
I was only mostly genuine. You know what? That's better.
That's a confession if I ever heard one.
Tanaka requested I not take drastic measures, so I watched and waited and refrained. But your infantile tantrum inspired in me an urge.
Making your predacious intent acceptable? You wretched hellhound.
Why, yes. After all,
Yes, my lord. Please put your feet on me again.
I'm simply one hell of a butler. Now then, care to elaborate on your recent behaviour?
I suppose so. I might as well speak to everyone at once. Call the others.
Of course. How convenient. And why, pray tell, were you listening at the door?
Did Finney tell everyone that Sebastian somehow had the strength to withhold and pull him without restraint? Finney, strength, all strength. Sebastian, strength, more strength. Easy strength over Finney strength, all strength. Minuscule strength.
Well, we weren't listening, right? But if we were, it'd be because Finney said you were acting strange when you sent him away.
Get off! You're hurting the wounds on my back!
We're sorry. Please don't be cross with us, Sebastian.
Or short-tempered. Bronte admonishes.
You telling me that Tanaka has nothing to add to this?
What a real boisterous lot you all are, truly.
Stop right there.
I'm so happy!
The young master's finally pulled round. You want to undo his progress?
No! I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Finney, sorry to have been a burden, but I'm better now.
Right. I'm glad.
Enough gawking. Come here.
Come hither.
There is something that I need to say to all of you.
I am Spartacus.
I apologize.
What?
My recent behavior was unacceptable, and I've caused you undue work and worry. Please forgive me.
What? 'Twasn't undue at all.
Don't be bowing on our account.
You're not to blame for that horrid curse.
Says Emily reassuringly. Yeah, she's right.
Oh.
No. My actions are my own, regardless of their cause. I have disgraced myself, and as your master, I swear never to expose you to that again.
We all knew he wasn't about to open up about anything like that.
As Ciel Phantom Hive, I ask you all, will you please serve me once again?
Yes! My lord!
That was a given, says Bronte.
What you have to ruin a moment for, Bronte?
Right, cakes we are.
Moving on. To inaugurate this fresh start, I have a fresh order for you all. You You will forget all I've done these past few days. It never happened.
I do apologize. Itchy eye. Eyelashes. I have magnificent, magnanimous eyelashes. And they get in my eye.
It's just, that's quite a tall order there, young master.
Please, there ain't any shame in what you did. You was acting your age for once, nothing more.
And then Sebastian just punches all of them in the head, inducing amnesia, the Dark Descent.
Besides, I treasure my memories too much to forget. Ooh, I know. Why don't I make you some more hot milk with lots of honey?
Hey, that's disgusting.
Enough! Not another word. That's my second order.
Huh? Are you wanting us to forget because you remember how you was acting when you weren't well?
Yes. As much as I wish it weren't so.
Induce amnesia.
See, though I was aware, I wasn't exactly in control of my actions.
How so?
Perfectly trivial things seemed terrifying, but it was much more than that. I just can't find the right words to explain it.
Heard that before. Sounds like what happens on the battlefield. War leaves unimaginable wounds behind. Even the best
Are they touching on PTSD, OMG?
trained soldiers are liable to panic if they're hurt badly enough. Ain't no exceptions. What I'm saying is, that state you were describing, it's not strange or anything.
It does line up, all things considered. The way the curse ravaged your body was quite shocking indeed. Its psychological impact must also be intentional,
Speak plain. What are you getting at?
my lord.
What the devil is this? See if...
Isn't this what Sebastian found? Lying on the ground in the pentagram looking thing? NaOC definitely looks like a nitrogen sodium chloride. Sodium hypochloride. Bleach, basically. Interesting.
E4. A cipher?
Our time here is in dwindling supply, so I took the liberty of collecting samples. Leaves from the surrounding woods, and the potion that was used to treat you. I then sent them to the palace and asked their contents be analyzed.
Well done, Sebastian. So, this is the truth behind the curse, then?
Correct. What's more, at the werewolf's request, Lane Saren Sullivan has been working to complete a so-called ultimate spell.
Oh, the letter goes on.
The ultimate spell. McDonald's Sprite.
She's being unreasonable again, as is her purview.
It would give me great pleasure if the little witch would come
witch.
to tea with me.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, that was certainly one of the times of all time. I will still say that this probably was up there as one of the greatest episodes of Black Butler. And we still have half of the season to go. So, we'll see. I have, for the complete opposite reason, not a whole lot to say. The last episode, like, it was all build up to stuff. There wasn't a whole lot to add to it. But this time it was just like, I have nothing to add because of how ridiculous and cool this episode was. Opera GX sound, not sponsored. So, let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode. It had a whole lot of, it was big. It was a big episode. I personally already let you know, I think that it was a little bit of a letdown. There was all that effort, and then we just found out that CL was just being selfish, and I feel like this was the time to find out his ulterior motives. And the whole reason why Sebastian wanted to eat his soul was because of how selfish he was being, which is kind of weird considering Sebastian said that he doesn't make deals with a whole lot of people. Demons don't. except for CL, who was special for his reasoning. So maybe there's more to that, but it would be really weird to have that whole thing, and you're telling me that they were still holding stuff back. So maybe the Japanese does it better. Hold on. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go through comments real quick, and then we're gonna go do the Japanese, just to see what happens. But before that, it's time to go through comments. We got like 45 comments so far, so thank you everybody who commented. Ghost Town says you literally do the thing with your brother where you watch things and you give commentary and pause all the time because you've read stuff and you know stuff. Yeah, I feel that. I don't like being around people who do that very often. So if you ever watch something with me, I don't tend to do that other than when I point out, oh, I know that guy, which I happened to be wrong last time. Benedict says in the original Japanese version in this scene, it sounds great. CL sounded like he was doing an Aloise impression. Oh, in other words, gay. So yeah, the part where I kind of critiqued, I was like, I don't really understand what's going on here with CL and other CL. Mailed Knight says Larry Gray is a weirdo. I don't know who Larry Gray is. He's weird. But he is on Patreon. Once I learn the context of the soul being sweet, it won't come off as nonsense. Yeah, I think that there's... I'm curious, because my thought was always what happened with CL being that he was stuck in this weirdness where he was not as sweet to Sebastian. Angela and Ash. Yeah, that's right, it was Ash. Yep, not Michael. I can't ever remember Ash. Ash is so forgettable. Angela's terrible, so, you know, I remember Angela. Lucienne doesn't know what to comment, but you're still here. I respect that. You are #1 fan. Sorry, you just are. 4312 is interesting.
Not on purpose.
Oh, yeah. not I didn't mean to have a co-host, but it happens.
Who stole?
Oh, that's me talking about it. Mopa dead. We still can't answer the question about Soul? We don't know the name? What? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Does that question not get asked until like a couple seasons later? Theorize, be scared. You love it. To find the meaning of the words. Great reaction. I can't wait for the next one. It's gonna be Ride. You really had to go about the about the Roman Empire there, Charco. Yeah, no, I'm very curious. I am still scared. Every time that anyone comments about that saying, I just get more and more scared, and it's weird, and I don't like it. And thank you for sticking around and wanting to watch more of these episodes. You guys are amazing. John Brown wasn't the Queen's stable hand in this point in history. Yeah, I've noticed there's a little bit of history bending to just kind of have some more famous people jump in, but I don't... There's also like gaps, because sometimes it's hard. Not everything is meticulously written down, but especially stable hands. But who... Yeah, I get it. No, it's not a big deal. Secretly her husband, allegedly, though. Well... Yeah, I can see why I would probably bend the rules a little bit for authenticity's sake. Devil 6 spinoff since season 4. Is Devil 6 a mini series? Like a filler part, or I don't know. Going shopping. Yeah, it's an in between. I always like those. I like breather episodes because I don't know, like the Black Butler just tries to be so deep and dark. I just need a break sometimes. Your money's on that Bardroy's backstory is the one that's gonna make people cry. I'm actually surprised. That's the one that I didn't think was gonna make people emotional. Benedict has Latin music. I don't know what the music is that you're referring to. I never actually looked it up. Hold on, we're gonna do that right now. Is this the one that like everyone loves from Black Butler? Oh yeah, that's I love that song. It's great. That song gets everybody copyrighted. That is one of the most... that's one of the greatest anime soundtracks of all time. Or just that track in general. It's amazing. Who would comment about the sweet soul who stole the candy from my tummy? I don't know. I'm missing context and I feel alone and scared. Gay. Gay. Just highlight. Gay. I love it. And then it's important to remember that Tanaka is very old, so it fits the timeline. I knew that he was old. I didn't realize he was very old, though. And then we're jumping over to Patreon. Larry Gray, you're epic. Those two could be one person. They could be. And that's has been my theory the whole time. You're wondering if they'll get to Lizzie's Easter party and Devil 6, and that Butler friendly, or that Butler requested. Interesting. I don't know. I have no idea what that means, but I hope so, because more content and more content. The woman's game is a mystery on purpose. I don't know what that means. I'll be honest. I forget. Ash and Angela are non-canon angels from season 1. Okay, that's good to know. Who stole the candy from my tummy? So brilliant. That comment. Can't wait to see the reaction to the answer. Yeah, I can't wait till the answers so that I can feel like I'm included in things. So I did skip around a couple of comments, but I do appreciate everyone who commented. And I do read all of them. I certainly do. Maybe not all on the channel, but I do read them all in my own time. And I appreciate all of you. Let's go to... I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. Okay, whoa. Are we an episode behind or something? Oh wait, no, we're on episode... there are 2 episodes. Never mind. I forgot we're on episode 6, not episode 8. Oopsie. So, after watching the Japanese version, it's very similar. I think I like the wording of Japanese, but I'm enjoying being immersed in the language that I understand. He didn't do it for vengeance. He didn't do it so he could say goodbye to people and have closure. He didn't do it so that he could have lots of money and stuff. He did it for the very plain and simple reason of wanting to survive. Which I just feel like does not hit. So, I feel like I have context now. Thank you for coming to Context Co-Pics. That's what they call me. I never said that. That's what other people say. And it was still really great episode. Really amazing episode. I just think that the reasoning for why I just ended up... I feel like that's just a thing that happens with Black Butler. It's happened a few times where, like, the big climax of a character ends up just kind of being like... much like, we need an emotional story beat. And then either they don't give you information or just... I don't know, it's just not hitting for me. I don't know, it's just not. I think we could have done without that. Like, if you're to ask me, like, how I would have done it better or how I would have done it differently, I would have... So, you would have had to build up that he's not really looking for vengeance. He just wanted to survive. I feel like you'd have to... The problem is that you painting him as not vengeful and him just being like a pitiful, self-centered person just goes against the character that we know and undoes what we know about CL in a not good way. Because it just makes you go, okay, so then why is he acting like this? Because he has to? Well, that's not really being conveyed super well. And he just snaps right back into being the way that he is. It just all snaps back to, oh yeah, no, I'm back to being the person that I am now. And have always been throughout the show. It's just... I think that just painting him as... I don't know. I probably just wouldn't write CL that way. Like, we always thought it was for vengeance for his parents, but then I probably would have written it to be, it wasn't about his parents, it was about his getting vengeance for his brother specifically, that he was close to, or it would have been, you know, something more noble, because what had been painted up until this point would it be that CL is manipulative, conniving, stuff like that, and that we are now showing that he's not manipulative. He's actually like a good person, and he was willing to sacrifice himself for the good of somebody else. I think that's a better story. But I also like that Black Butler is telling the story of, like, this is a messed up person in a messed up spot, and he's not good. I like that. So, if I was going to still try to keep it as CL being a not good person, that's the whole thing about the show, is like super flawed people. It's not like redemption for flawed people, it's flawed people being flawed. Which is what makes it interesting. It's not like flawed person becomes good person, which we've seen 100 times, 100,000 times. This is just flawed person in flawed world being flawed. And not doing anything to really change that. I think that you would have needed to change CL, not have this big moment. I would have had it be a smaller moment that then builds into something else, or have earlier just shown how CL is... It paints CL as just like a scared, you know, terrified worm of a person, you know what I mean? Like, just self-centered and scared all the time, and it's just against... Jeez. It's just against what we know about him, or what we've seen from him. And it's just, I don't know, it's just rubbing me the wrong way. I'm trying to think of like how I would do it differently, and I just think that it's not... I don't have anything off the top of my head. I really don't, and I'm not in charge of writing them. I just think it just goes against what his character is, and not in a, oh, this is adding to the character. It's just more of a, okay, so he was strong here, and he's, you know, willing to do whatever it takes to get something done, but in reality, he's scared and frightened. And doesn't want to be put into rough situations, which is totally opposite of like season 1, what we know about him. Season 1, season 4, maybe not really season 4. Season 4 was kind of laid back enough. Until we got to the supernatural stuff. And season 3, you know, Book of Circus was kind of the same thing, but season 1 was just so, especially the intro to him. Yeah, I just didn't really love it. I can always add out a big chunk of space for me to come up with what I would do, but I don't know. Leave a comment. I might come up with some ideas for the next episode. But leave a comment what you think, what you thought about it. Am I missing something? Or do you agree with me? Or do you have an idea of how you would have slightly changed it? Let me know. Thank you everyone again for watching this and for checking out Patreon. If you want to see the big stuff, I just did not react to it. I let the scenes play out. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, you'll have to head over there. And until the next episode, until next week, I'll see you next. Peace.